Hey guys, it's Anna again, back with more arts and crafts. This time we're going to make a letter and envelope. So the letter is going to be addressed to someone in your household who you want to tell that you love. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. This is to my brother John. There's a heart in the back. And then when you open it, it's a letter. My letter says, "Dear John, I just wanted you to know that I love you so much. I love you to the moon and back. Love, Anna. XOXO." I'm just going to show you what it kind of looks like. So this is my rendition of a moon. It's just a few cotton balls. Really cute, very fluffy. So this is the end result. So before we begin, I just want to go over some supplies that you're going to need to begin. Okay, so you're going to need 2 pieces of paper, something to write with so you could write the letter, and coloring pencils or markers or crayons, anything you have that you want to use. Okay, so then you're going to take one of the sheets of paper and you're just going to write the message. So I wrote, "I just wanted you to know that I love you so much." Very generic, very meaningful, and will be appreciated. You can write whatever you'd like, but we're doing a love letter, so you just have to somewhere put that you love them, because that's what we're trying to, that's the goal of the letter. So you're gonna write, "Dear," let's say I did my brother, I'll do my mom. "Dear Mom." Just like that, just like you're writing on a normal piece of paper. You can write, "I just wanted you to know that I love you so much." And an exclamation point if you want. And now what you're going to do, you're going to leave a little bit of room at the bottom, and you're going to put in between a little bit of room at the bottom, and right below what you wrote, you're going to draw a picture, anything you want. So I did "to the moon and back." So what I wrote below is, I said, "I love you to the moon and back," with an exclamation point. So I literally drew a moon, and then I drew in exactly what I said. So I said "to the moon and back," so I drew arrows showing to the moon and back, and I drew me, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You could also do anything. You could do what I'm about to do. You can draw "to the moon and back," and you could add other little cute pictures, hearts, anything, really to spice it up a little bit. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to draw yourself. You're going to draw yourself kind of closer to the bottom right, but remember, keep a little bit of room so you could write a little bit extra on the bottom. You're going to draw what you think. I do stick figure. I can draw people. Hands, forget about it. Just a little hair. Kind of show you. Actually, let's do it like this. Okay, we're just gonna. Okay, do a little eyebrow. Do little eyes. Nose, little hook. Dimples. Okay, now, next what you're going to do is you're going to draw a circle up here right by where the exclamation point is, but just a little bit lower. So this is where the circle that I just drew is where you're going to stick your cotton balls. Oh yeah, this is another supply you're going to need is cotton balls. If you don't have cotton balls, you could use anything. You could use scrunched up paper, you could use string, you could use, there's so many different things you could use if you don't have cotton balls. If you do, you can use cotton balls. Okay. Now, just gonna kind of bunch it up with your hands. You can feel the fluffiness, so soft. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bunch them up, like I said, right where the circle is, and you're just gonna kind of tape it down. Okay, just gonna tape it down just a little bit. Just to kind of make your little moon. Just enough so that it stays, but it's kind of in the shape of a moon. And you can kind of feel it. Okay. So now, it's taped off. Okay. So now what you're gonna do is, you're gonna draw exactly what you're saying. So I said, I love you to the moon and back. So you're going to draw just dotted line going in the direction of the moon. Okay. So this is my moon, and I drew myself over here in the middle to the right, off a little bit, and I drew a dotted line going in the direction of the moon. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do from the moon back to me. So it's going to be like a little bit of a circle. So now it should look like that. Now to show that you are going to the moon and you're coming back, because it's to the moon and back, you're going to do an arrow. So you're going to do one arrow going there. From me to the moon, you're going to draw an arrow pointing to the moon. And then you're going to draw an arrow going the opposite way. It should look something like that. See, it's now going from the moon back to me. Now what I drew in, just to kind of clarify, is so the cotton ball moon that you just made, you're just going to draw an arrow pointing to it, just to label it. And I put the moon, so that they understand, like the person you're giving this to understands. Because it's not exactly what a moon looks like, but I think it's really cute, and I think it's a good representation of a moon. And then, okay, so now you still left a little room at the bottom. This is where you're gonna write, I love you to the moon and back. With an exclamation point if you want to throw it in. I usually do. And then you're going to write love, and you're going to put your name. I'll put Anna, because that's my name. And then I throw in a little XOXO. So that's the letter part. Now, if you want, you could add more you can add more designs, more color. You know, spice it up a little bit. I didn't add any color to this one, but you could add anything. Like, you can make my hair orange. That'd be pretty cool. You can make a heart and a heart in student. Just do some hearts. Okay, just kind of cute. Spice it up a little bit. So now I have orange hair. And there's a few hearts around to kind of make it look pretty. So how you're going to fold this. So not on the side that has the cotton balls. You're going to go to the other side. And you're going to turn it horizontally. And you're going to fold it in 3 parts. So 1, see, I'm kind of tucking it in a little bit so that you get as small a fold as you can. And then I'm creasing. And then you're going to do 1 more. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this side over here. Either side, doesn't matter which side. The one you think is the one you want to start with. And you're just going to fold it into 3. 1, then you're going to take the other side. Make sure you squish this side down. And you feel a little bit of a bulge from the cotton ball. That's normal. You take the other side, kind of put a little pressure. Fold. Crease down. And you should get a little folded up letter. So now what you're going to do with the letter is you're going to tape it. Now we can work on the envelope. Okay. So now what you're going to do is with the other piece of paper, this is where you're going to need the scissor. So you're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to take one edge. It doesn't matter what corner you pick. It won't affect anything. And you're just going to do a triangle, but it doesn't have to take up the whole piece of paper because you don't need that much piece of paper. Just need enough to make a triangle. Now you're going to crease it right here. So once you get that, make sure all sides are good, and then you're just going to go down and you're going to crease. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you see this extra little rectangle at the bottom? You're going to cut that with the scissors. Okay, just be careful. Scissors are a little dangerous. You don't want to hurt yourself. And what I do is I cut a little bit before instead of right at the line, just to make sure everything's even. So I'm just going to cut. Now that you have your triangles, what you're going to do is, so this part is folding. You don't need any more scissors. You're going to need tape, or if you have glue, but I would preferably use tape. If you don't have tape, you can use string. You could tie it up. That would look really cute. Or you can, I could show you what string looks like too. Okay, so now what we're going to do, you're going to take one corner and you're going to go in, so you're going to make this tip the corner of this edge right here, you're going to meet just the edge of the paper. Depending on how big or small the letter is going to be how big you make your envelope, but you can also fold your letter to be smaller so it fits in the envelope, so I wouldn't worry too much about the size. Just make sure it's kind of on the bigger side. I'd say like, kind of have to fool around with it a little bit. So you're going to take the other side, the other edge, the other corner, and you're going to do the same exact thing. This time you're going to go a little bit over. See, so there's a straight line. Okay. So, triangle, and then you're going to fold one side, meets at the line, then you're going to fold the other side a little bit more, and make sure it covers this one. So you want the second fold to cover the first one. Okay, so now you have this, right? And it looks a little lopsided. You're like, what happened? Well, if that happens, that's okay. That's totally normal. You can just kind of, play around with it a little bit. It's going to be a little bit. Okay. Okay, so you're going to go like this. Okay, so okay. You have to play around with it. Basically, what I just was doing is seeing exactly what would work, because before I showed you it was lopsided, and I think it was just because I overdid it on one side, and you'll be able to tell. So see, now it's not lopsided. And then what you could do here, or not as lopsided, but it's still super cute, super homemade. You're going to take a piece of tape or glue. If you're doing glue, you want to glue this side right here, and then you're going to put it down and hold for a few seconds. If you're going to do tape, you can just tape it. Okay, now you're going to take the letter you just made, super cute, and you're just going to stuff it in to see how it looks. So now you'll notice, most envelopes don't have they don't have this side. This side's usually closed. So what you're going to do is you're going to pinch this side, and you're going to take tape, and you're just going to close a little bit, just enough so it won't fall out. You don't have to go too crazy because it's just a piece of paper and it won't wiggle its way out of the little holes. If you don't have tape, you can wait till the end, and then you can tie it all together and make it into a really cute ribbon, which I'm going to show you right now how to do, because not all of us have tape sometimes. I get that sometimes, and we don't want to run to the store, so something silly like tape. So what you're going to do is now you're going to fold this. So this part usually has the sticky stuff. It doesn't because it's not an actual envelope. But you're going to fold it in. You're going to crease it. Okay, so normally you would use tape, but if you don't have tape, you can, and I'll show you how to do it. You can use string. So I have a little string. It's just regular string, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And you're just going to go right down the middle. And then you're just going to tie it like you're tying your shoe, just a knot. Okay, you just double knot it. Okay, make sure it's kind of hard. You got to put your finger in, you see, after you've done your second knot, and you're just going to pull. And then you're going to flip it over. And you're going to do the same exact thing. You're just going to do knots again. Use your finger. You're going to make a little circle with your finger. And then you're going to take the string. You're going to feed it underneath. It's a little challenging, but that's okay because... Okay. So now you have your cute little letter and envelope. What you can also do, and what I did to add a little bit of a personal touch, because this is a love letter to a family member, just to tell them how much you love them, is I did a little heart. And how you would do that is basically you'd fold, you can use the same piece of paper, this extra piece of paper that I said you didn't need, you could use it. You fold it in half, crease side. Now you're going to draw half a heart, because this is a lot easier to cut out. On the corner that you folded, not the open part, the other part. So you're just going to draw half a heart. Okay, nice. And with the scissors, you're just going to cut out the heart. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough. Okay, now with the heart you made, you can either leave it how it is, you can color it in. I colored mine in with a highlighter. You can see that. Or you could write something in it. You could say, you could do XOXO, you can do anything you want, anything you think would look really nice. And or you can color it red if you want, but if you don't have red, that's okay. You can color any color. It's not the color that counts, it's the effort you put into it. And so I'm going to color this one, I'm going to do this one orange. And I'm just going to, let's see. I hope you can see this. Actually, this might be easier for you guys to see. Okay. And I'm just going to a little bit. Very nice. Nice. Very cute. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on this heart. So this is my heart. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on it. Usually put tape like that, kind of so it's hanging. It's cute little hanging. And then, okay, keep this. This is if you do the string. But if you don't do the string, which is okay, you can do whatever way. I tied it on really good. I gotta cut it off. This is another way to do it. If you rather do tape versus string, they all look cute, so it's up to you. Okay, now you're just going to take another piece of tape, make sure it stays. Little heart. And on the front you can just write to, and then whoever you wrote it to. So this was to my mom, so I'm going to write to my mom. And then it's ready to go. I also, with the one I made for my brother, I just did, with colored pencil, I just kind of added a little bit more color to make it look a little cool. You don't have to do that, but you can. You could do anything. You could do hearts. I didn't do hearts. You can't see that. Let's do this. I'm going to stick with orange, so I'm going to add some hearts just to kind of spice it up. Make it look a little fun. Match the back, too. Ooh. There we go. And I got a little bit of the tape because I forgot the tape was there, but that's okay. You can, if that happens, you can always just move the tape over or take the tape off and move it. That doesn't cause a problem. And it still looks cute, I think. And then it's ready to go. You can give it to the person you wrote to. And that's it for this video. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.